So, and we can actually look at the code here. Said actually, we can look at the code here. We're declaring a function. Function name is main. That's just convention. Nothing that I've really done here as far as naming matters. You can call stuff literally anything, and I mean that literally anything, and then call the function right here. So yeah, you have your function. This is a keyword. This tells JavaScript that you're going to give it a name and then potentially some other stuff. So we have the name, which is just basically any series of characters. There are some limitations, such as I don't think this can be a number. Yeah, off rip, it has to start with a letter. Some other restrictions, but you know, just generally you can pretty much call it anything with letters. I don't think you can have dashes in here either. No, or slashes or any of that. So typically in JavaScript, we use camel case, which is where we separate words by capitalization. It's pretty good. Some other stuff like Rust will use like dash case, also fine. But if you want to follow, you can't use dash case for like function names and things like that in JavaScript. So just use camel case. Simple enough. So cool. We've got GM little nouns. We're running our function. Let me run this back. Save it. Okay. All right, cool. So we know our node works. We know we can run it, change the name of it, whatever we want to do. So let's actually look at the docs, and we're gonna have basically our server running, but your server is only going to be running on your own computer. So we've already done the install here. If you're looking at the getting started docs like we were before, we're in the Node.js section, and then we're on heading number 2, hello world. So you can type it out, you can copy it, doesn't really matter. I'm just going to copy it because it's all boilerplate. Like you're not getting any smarter writing this kind of code. Oh, interesting. Well, we'll go through this together too because I forgot to install a dependency. Excuse me. So you can copy and paste this code, and if you've done what I've told you, you should actually get an error. Let's see. This error says module not found, and we got some red squigglies. So that's my fault. I forgot to install or have you all also install the node adapter. Don't worry about it too much. It's just what makes this code run on our node server. So what we can do here is we can, in this string after the input, or I'm sorry, the imports, we can just grab this and install it. So what that means is we'll go npm I and then the package name, or you could type it out if you wanted to, I guess, but you just want to put it exactly as it is with the red squiggly, node dash server, and then this will install everything now for real this time that we need. And then the red squiggly goes away because it can now do what it needs to do. So we're importing our node server. We're importing Hono itself, which is going to take care of getting us online and everything like that. So those are our imports. So this is code of somebody else's that we're pulling into our application. Someone else was awesome and made it, put this code on npm. We can use it, make all of our application servers with it, and everything like that. So, distracted.
We
All
should
right.
send them
So
a
yeah,
fruit basket.
yeah. I mean, open source is comically underfunded for the amount of people that use it. So yeah, if you like Hono, go support the developers on GitHub. They would probably really appreciate it. Whenever anyone gets paid for open source work, they're always very genuinely surprised. Very nice because no one is expecting it. So yeah, we're bringing in the code from our other application, or I'm sorry, someone else's code to our application. What we're doing here is making use of that imported code. So we are declaring a variable and assigning it to Hono, which gives us basically all the functionality of Hono. And we can do everything we need to do based on this new app variable that we're declaring. And as we can see right here, we're taking the app, and this is again is very implicit. If you've done web dev before on the server side, you probably recognize this. What it's doing here is taking one of the HTTP verbs, for those that are unfamiliar,